Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. Now, of these three classes, the least played for me is Hunter. Hunter is now unequivocally my best class in Hearthstone Arena. There is absolutely no denying it. I've made it to 12 wins with Hunter 5 times, and the most I've made it to 12 with any other class is just twice. So I'm actually going to try to make a strategy guide when I come home to Madison for Hunter class and try to explore what it is about this class that makes me so good with it. But here we are. My last 2 runs with Hunter, I'm not going to spoil, but were exceptionally good. So definitely watch some of my last couple of Hunter videos if you'd like to see some very fine arena running, and we're going to see if we can continue that fine tradition here. So anyway, I'm pausing on this pick. I think this is an important moment. I don't want to take the Buzzard here because, again, if I don't get Unleash the Hounds or a bunch of good beasts, as I've said before, the Buzzard is actually just a pretty bad card, whereas the Animal Companion is extremely solid. This is... wow, that's bad. I guess we're taking Stormwind Champion. Oh, God, what the hell is this? Well, I'll take the Stormpike Commando for some extra removal there. Now, I'm going to grab a Hunter's Mark. This is a card I often find myself wishing I had in my hand. At the moment, I don't have much synergy with it. It sort of synergizes... actually, wait, take it back. I already have some synergy with it. The Bow and the Stormpike Commando work very well with Hunter's Mark, and I can get even more with things like Multi-Shot, Explosive Trap, and Unleash the Hounds, of course. Speaking of which, boom! Okay, so now that we have an Unleash the Hounds, now we're going to be taking a Buzzard if we see one. Alright, we have an Epic. The Faceless Manipulator is the most flexible, but I will take the Sea Giant just because it's huge, and that's nice to have. My last run, I did not have a Deadly Shot, so I'm going to make sure I get one here, because that's just a very painful card to play without. I'm getting a bunch of 3s, but it's okay as a Hunter, because Unleash the Hounds is 3 mana, and Animal Companion is really a 4 mana value card, so it's a little bit not as bad as it looks. This, however, is just abysmal. I'll take the Hunter because it comes with an animal. We'll take a Stranglethorn Tiger over another Companion, because I do need to get something other than the 3 mana junk. And I'm going to get a Cult Master here over a second multi-shot, because Cult Master plus Unleash the Hounds is very, very, very strong synergy, and it's nice to get some card draw potential in the deck. Okay, here the Stormwind Knight's the best card, but the Bloodsail Raider is a consideration for curve reasons. I currently only have 1 2-drop Vimani Berserker, so is it worth it to take the Bloodsail Raider? Well, I'm going to take a gamble and take that good 4-drop, but we'll see if that bites me later on. I really want 2-drops now, really badly. Now here, having said that, the Wolf Rider is tempting as it is removal and reach, and Hunters like reach. I will take the Owl, though, because I want to have some silence. Alright, Knife Juggler is exactly what I needed, a 2-drop. It's actually playable. Violet Teacher is super great, but I am going to take Explosive Shot because I love that card very much. It goes very well with Hunter's Mark, and it's just excellent overall. Do I take a second Hunter's Mark? Or Cleric? This Cleric, I've got so many 3-drops. I'm going to take a second Hunter's Mark. It's just a card I'm really learning to love. Now, I can go for a Deadly Shot here, or a Kill Command. We'll take the Kill Command because it doubles as a reach card. Arcane Shot is a lovely card. I love that very much. Alright, do I take a Taunter or the cheapest card available? We'll take the cheapest one there. Keep my curve low. Take the Ogre over the Lord. Here's an interesting moment. Curve says I should take the Ooze, but this is a good beast. Here's the thing, though. I never got a Tundra Rhino, and I never got a Buzzard, so the beast count of my deck is not actually material, so I will just take the Ooze for curve reasons. Panda also for curve reasons. And here's an interesting moment. The Golem's the best card, but I really don't have any more need for 3-drops, so we'll take the Silver Hand Knight instead. And we'll end with the Azure Drake. The Sunwalker is very tempting, but I'd like to keep my curve down. This looks sort of innocent here, but this is a pretty big column for 5. So I would like to keep my curve down if I can. I've got plenty of endgame. I've got Ogre, Sea Giant, Stormwind Champion. Honestly, that might even be more than enough, plus a bunch of 5-drops. I might have some curve issues because I have a lot of 2s, way more 3s than 2s. So this is one of those decks where if I can just hang on for dear life, I could be okay. I don't think this deck is going to 12, though. It's missing some key things. It's missing Explosive Trap for board clear. It's missing Freezing Trap for an answer to single big targets. Freezing Trap was absolutely instrumental in my last 12-win run. I do have Deadly Shot to kind of compensate for it, but only one of those and no Freezing Traps or Explosive Traps means that there could be some out-of-control board situations where I just am unable to deal with them if I don't have Unleash the Hounds. I also passed on a couple of Raid Leaders, which means that my Hounds are pretty much never getting buffed by anything. I don't think I have any Direwolf Alphas, don't have any... I passed on the Shattered Sun Cleric to take a Hunter's Mark. Yeah, I don't have any buffs, so my Hounds are they're just going to be regular old Hounds. And they're only going to draw me cards if I have a Cult Master. They're only going to be super lethal if I have a Hunter's Mark.
Let the hunt begin.
Alright, so I will just mulligan this whole hand, because with 4 cards being drawn from my deck, decent odds I might get a 2-drop to play. And I do get a 2-drop, which is pretty much all I needed in this life. So I'll play the Panda on turn 2. Might use a kill command on turn 3 if what he plays is killable, and then this on turn 4. Well, it's a crapshoot. By the time I play this on turn 4 as a second player, there could be like a Yeti or a Sanjin on the field that this would be totally outclassed by, but it is possible that still on turn 4 or even later, you can get some good damage through and kill something. Bren958. I wish there was a chat feature just so I could say to these people, you do know that you can come up with any name you want to. You don't need to put numbers on your name in Battle.net. That's why they add the hashtag numbers, is to make whatever your name is unique. Arcane Shot, good to see. I end up using Arcane Shot somewhat frequently as a finishing card to get some direct damage through. This early on, though, it's more likely to be a kill shot. Okay, so we're going to play the Panda, and in fact I will do something that maddens me when my opponents do it, which is like, alright, you used up all your mana, you played your turn. Oh no, wait, coin for an extremely good 1-mana card that ruins my life. F you, F you. Now it's nice, if he plays something like a Iron for a Grizzly, I might just kill it with the kill command. But if he plays something like a Harvest Golem, I could just play the Razorman Hunter and ignore it. As Engineer, I don't really mind seeing it. Is easily dealt with. Excuse me, I sneezed. Innervate. Wow. Generally, I'd say you shouldn't innervate for 3 drops, and certainly not this one, which is just going to die. A very interesting decision-making by the opponent. I guess he maybe considered himself desperate? I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with this turn of events. He, of course, could play a good 4-drop and get right back into the swing of things, but he has to be a little bit careful. This is a beast, so if the Novice Engineer does not trade for the Piglet, Kill Command will deal 5 damage, and that will take down a Yeti or a Sanjin. So he needs to make sure he kills off the Piglet. He kills it off, but at the expense of 2 mana, so that means he's not going to have any good 4-drops here, which is bad news bears for him, because I can play a really good 4-drop myself. So here I'm going to play the Chillwind Yeti as opposed to the Stormwind Knight. The Stormwind Knight could have killed the Novice Engineer, but I've already got a kill for the Novice Engineer, and the Yeti's got more power, which could be relevant as we're coming up on turn 5. The opponent had a pretty slow start, so perhaps he has something cooking. He does. He has a Stampeding Kodo to kill my thing with. That's annoying. Well, Kill Command is no longer the kill because I don't have a beast on the table. I will just kill it in a rather awkward fashion, like this, damaging both of my creatures to do so. So now they're vulnerable to a Starfall. I gotta remember to play around Starfall. I've never steady shotted so far this game, so far in this arena for that matter. But my creatures have, my cards have been better than his, so I've just been winning via card power. Keeper of the Grove is pretty good. It'll kill my Yeti and then leaves me without a good kill for the 2/4 body that was there. Kill Command isn't quite enough. And the 2/2, of course, is just going to die. Well, life is life, I guess. We're just going to play the Boulder Fist Ogre here and swing at his face. Druids have a difficult time bringing down Boulder Fist Ogres. What's nice is that now, if he uses the Keeper to kill the Stormwind Knight, the Keeper will be at 2 health, whereupon the multi-shot will finish it off. Or maybe if he plays a bunch of things, I could even use Hound's Kill Command to do some board clearing that way. I would like to save the Hounds, if I reasonably can, just because they're so much more effective with the Hunter's Mark, or a Cult Master. Alright, so I can play multi-shot here. The Druid is dead to my Ogre regardless, but that would allow me to basically kill off the Keeper. Alternatively, I could fling a Deadly Shot and hope to hit the Bear, or Druid. If it doesn't kill the Druid and kills the Keeper, well, I still get the kill for the Druid of the Claw with my Ogre, but the Deadly Shot I'd rather save for Iron Barks and whatnot. Alright, so I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to play multi-shot. I will just play this guy and steady shot. The thinking here is that this 2-power guy doesn't really kill either of my creatures, and I want to get this nice body down. About those adult magazines you asked me to store for you, my wife is asking questions. Can you come get them? I need to clear some space in my garage anyway. Sure thing. Can you hold on to the bestiality ones just a little while longer, though? Alright, so we got this annoying thing. Got a variety of options. I could use the Silvermoon Guardian to kill the wolf, the Deadly Shot to kill this guy, which seems sexy because it gets past the Divine Shield. The reason I hesitate is simply the fact that Deadly Shot, again, could be useful later for something bigger, and I'm only left with a 3-power dude after that is all over. But again, if he had an Iron Bark, wouldn't he have played it this turn? So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this, and I will use Deadly Shot. It's a little bit unfortunate that I have nothing else to do, and none of these are playable cards. But such is life. If he actually drops an Iron Bark here, that means he slow-rolled it before, and, you know, props to him for doing that. But I don't think he has one. So I think the loss of my Deadly Shot should not be that big of a deal. Alright, so here's a Lord of the Arena. I can kill that off relatively easily. Alright, so we have a couple of options here. I play the Iron Beak Owl, which will allow enable kill command to kill the Lord of the Arena. Oh god, hang on, I'm buzzing. What the hell? Okay, folks, I'm sorry. I need to answer the phone. Hello? I picked up this time. Hi, Jeff. I'm sorry, Jeff, that you were robbed of the delight of listening to my voicemail thing. So, Jeff, I'm actually recording Hearthstone right now, but would you like to make plans for later this afternoon?
Wanna blow something up?
Oh, okay, sure. Let's meet before the World Cup then. I will not have eaten lunch by that time, no. Okay, we'll do. See you, Jeff. Okay. Bye. That was my friend Jeff, who I'm seeing later this afternoon. He wants to see the World Cup, and he requested that I tell everyone to go see the World Cup. Well, this is actually turning a little bit sour. My opponent still has 2 cards. I would prefer him to have 0 cards here. If he has any more big creatures, then I'm going to be in a serious heap of trouble. As a druid, he's... Ah, Jesus freaking Christ. Iron Bark Protector. Well, I've already used Hunter's Mark and Deadly Shot, so I don't have an answer to this at all in the slightest. I'm going to silence it and get 2 damage through with my Berserker, but this is looking pretty disgusting. Explosive Shot? Maybe, but there's no reason to do it yet. Even with the Monty Berserker, it doesn't actually kill off the Iron Bark. I mean, I have to worry about the fact that this thing will just kill me in a few turns. Oh, wow. So I used my Hunter's Mark when I didn't necessarily need to. And I used my Deadly Shot when I didn't necessarily need to, and by these powers combined, I am going to be totally screwed by that Iron Bark Protector. Alright, so he has enough mana left over to to shapeshift and kill off my Owl, stopping me from getting extra damage onto the Iron Bark. I need to get a really good top deck here, or we are in a heap of trouble. Heap o' trouble. Hunter's Mark. Oh my god, it actually happened. So we have to think now. What am I thinking about? I mean, I have to Hunter's Mark this Iron Beak, or this Iron Bark. What do you target? I mean, I could target... I just need to do this. There's really... This Divine Shield is very irritating, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, he will kill me before I kill him at this rate, especially because he can use the Guardian to kill off my Berserker. He's up to play, and he's got a 2-card advantage against me in this top deck war. There are things I can get that would let me catch back up, but it's bad. It's definitely a bad situation. Alright, he's got a Stormwind Knight, which is unfortunate. I would actually want another Explosive Shot. He's actually going to ignore my Berserker. It's a little bit ballsy, but then again, I am just in top deck mode, so I figure he's made a pretty reasonable choice there. Cult Master is disgusting to do this, but I have to do it. There's just no other option. Kill Command. Alright. So this is 3/5/6. I am dead next turn. Kill Command does not kill the Stormwind Knight, so I only have one option, which is very disgusting. It's to kill Command that Silverhand Knight. Yuck. Unleash the Hounds would have been much better. I could have killed off the Knight and drawn 2 cards for my trouble. Alright, I am actually dead right now, so not an auspicious beginning to this arena, for sure. But then again, this deck did have some weaknesses that were quite notable, and those weaknesses came to light just needed more answers. I mean, I did throw away a Hunter's Mark and a Deadly Shot, and then my second Hunter's Mark allowed me to finally kill off the Iron Bark, but maybe it really wasn't what I talked about as being the problem with this deck that hurt me in that game. It was the fact that I ended up just drawing a bunch of spells and didn't have minions to play when I should have had some minions. I did have an advantage, I think, for a moment when I had that Boulder Fist Ogre. Perhaps I should not have let the Boulder Fist Ogre get damaged and die. I don't know. That was a tough game. I mean, it wasn't like one of the stupid games of my last run where I was a paladin and just like every game was just that I lost was just complete idiocy. That I think was a very fair matchup, and perhaps I could have won if I'd played differently. All right, pretty good start here. I can play the Panda, then the Ooze. She doesn't have the Defiance Ringleader or any sort of combo. I will use this on turn 3 unless she gives me something to kill with the bow. I actually have 0 secrets, so this is just an overpriced Fiery War Axe. Still a very good card, though, even at that. Does she actually have a goddamn motherfucking SI agent? Oh, thank God. I'm so sick of having 2 toughness things die to coin SI agent. It's insane. We will kill this Demolisher off. Not the most elegant way of killing it, but it'll do, pig, it'll do. And I think Demolishers are worth killing if you possibly can. Magma Rager! Oh my God, it's Magma Rager! I do not know if that card has ever appeared on the screen during a game of one of my videos in my entire career of making videos for YouTube, which began in September or October of 2014. I don't know, like that might seem like a, you know, thousands of games played. Might seem like I'm exaggerating, but I truly do not think that Magma Raider has ever appeared. Wow. Wow, that's something special. So notice how bad the Stormpike Commando is here. I will preserve my weapon. I will blow up her dagger and steady shot. Wow, Magma Rager. I mean, if you remember one, let me know. Let me know if you think it's appeared before. Let me know in the comments. But I believe that the only time I've ever seen Magma Rager was, you know, during the drafts when I summarily reject it. I really don't think it's ever happened in a game. So she's going to use Betrayal as basically a 2-mana Assassinate for my Ooze, which is all fair and good. She plays King Sakla over here. Alright, so we got a couple of options here. I could play the Owl to turn on Kill Command and use that to kill the Ape. The disadvantage is then that the Owl is just, I mean, it's just dead. I could play Stormpike Commando and throw the Silvermoon Guardian at it, or Stormpike Commando and throw the Eaglehorn Bow at it. I could put 2 bananas on my Guardian. Wait a minute, here's the move. This is the move. So we're going to waste the Silence, Kill Command, and I'm going to use one of these bananas on my Owl so the Owl does not die to the dagger. I did waste the Silence, but it allowed me to preserve my weapon. And I have a second Kill Command primed and ready to go now, which could be very strong. So you should always be counting your damage, especially once the opponent gets into the low 20s when you're a hunter. I mean, I've got 3 at the minimum damage. 3, 5, 8. My opponent killed off the wrong target. I mean, I can see why that was tempting to kill, because that, you know, was damaged, so it could have been healed back up. But the Owl being a beast is far more relevant. She should have killed the Owl. So whether to use the banana on this thing, I don't really think so. We'll hang on to that banana. So yeah, I've got, assuming I can get a beast into play, 5 damage, 8 damage, probably at least, I mean, 9 damage or more if there's more minions out, 10 damage. So I've got like 10 points of burn damage here. This is actually, she's actually pretty much dead. Sinister Strike, well, whatever, the highlights never stop here. She's poking my face. Blade Flurry, oh my lord. Well, if she was gonna Blade Flurry, she should have hit my Stormsuck Commando so that at least the creature would have died. Okay. Well, this is special in the extreme. Let's put a banana on my Stormwind Knight. That seems like a pretty safe bet. And, I mean, it's over. Between Hound's Kill Command, Steady Shot, and my weapon, and all these creatures, my opponent's just dead. She can clear my board here. I mean, Fan of Knives would clear out most of it, and then... Actually, Eviscerate won't quite kill this thanks to the banana. Vanish! Oh my god! Vanish. This is just like... This is just like MVP City here. Elphaba is just playing with every MVP card that there exists. So she got me to waste my banana. Alright, let's see what Animal Companion we get. We got the Leok, which is fine. So, we'll do this. Steady Shot. Wackety, wackety. I probably could have looked harder to see if... You know what? I could have won... I am stupid. I'm sorry, folks. All I had to do to win was play this Steady Shot, Bow, and then Kill Command for 3 damage. So instead of spending 3 mana for the Leok, I could have just spent 3 mana for Kill Command and won the game. That was very silly, but whatever. This is just a silly game, is what it is. Just gonna Shiv the Leok. Man, Shiv the Leok, that sounds like some kind of a slang phrase for something vaguely dirty. Like, hey bro, did you manage to Shiv the Leok last night? Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was so awesome. We were just flipping Leoks, shivving them. Shiv a Leok. Alright, it's time to, I think, put this opponent out of the misery. Boop. Boop. And boop. Didn't even need the other charge from a bow. And that's that. So we got beaten by a Druid in a pretty close fair fight, and then we crushed a Rogue. We had no idea what the hell she was doing, but that's the 0-1 losers bracket for you, I suppose. And we'll be back soon with the rest of the games, folks. I'll see you in just a bit.